World War I, a name synonymous with the trenches of France and the mud of Flanders, yet this global conflict raged far beyond Europe. From the deserts of the Middle East to the jungles of Africa, the echoes of war reverberated across continents. Millions fought and bled in lands far from their own, their sacrifices often overshadowed by the Western Front. This is the story of those forgotten fronts, a testament to the truly global nature of the Great War. The Ottoman Empire, once a formidable power, found itself embroiled in a desperate struggle for survival. In Africa, colonial troops were drawn into a conflict that tested their loyalty and exposed the racial tensions inherent in European colonialism. The Ottoman Empire, once a vast and powerful realm, entered the 20th century a shadow of its former self. Beset by internal strife and external pressures, the sick man of Europe was ripe for exploitation by the great powers. When war erupted in Europe in 1914, the Ottoman Empire's fate became intertwined with the ambitions of Germany and the Central Powers. The Gallipoli campaign pitted the British and their allies against the determined defenders of the Ottoman Empire, among them a young officer named Mustafa Kemal, later known as Ataturk. The landings, poorly planned and executed, were met with fierce resistance from the Ottoman defenders. Despite the ultimate failure of the Gallipoli campaign, it had a profound impact on both the course of the war and the future of the Ottoman Empire. The campaign gave rise to a new generation of Turkish leaders, men like Mustafa Kemal, who would go on to shape the destiny of Turkey. While the eyes of the world were fixed on the trenches of Europe, a different kind of war was being waged in the heart of Africa. The East African campaign, far from the grand battles of the Western Front, was a grueling guerrilla war. Leading the German forces in East Africa was Paul von Lettow-Vorbeck, a cunning and resourceful commander. Lettow-Vorbeck, a master of guerrilla warfare, knew that he could not defeat the British in a conventional battle. Instead, he adopted a strategy of attrition, using his superior knowledge of the terrain to his advantage. The East African campaign was a war of movement, with Lettow-Vorbeck's forces constantly on the move, striking at British supply lines and outposts. The British, accustomed to fighting in a more conventional manner, were ill-prepared for this type of warfare. The campaign highlighted the complexities of colonial warfare and the often overlooked contributions of non-European soldiers. The Middle East, a region of immense strategic importance, became a key battleground in the struggle between the Allied and Central Powers. The Ottoman Empire, which controlled much of the region, was a vital ally for Germany, threatening British interests in Egypt and the Suez Canal. It was in this volatile region that T.E. Lawrence, better known as Lawrence of Arabia, would rise to prominence. Lawrence, a British intelligence officer with a deep understanding of Arab culture, was dispatched to support the Arab revolt against Ottoman rule. The Arab revolt, led by Sharif Hussein bin Ali of Mecca, sought to establish an independent Arab state. Lawrence, with his knowledge of the desert and his ability to inspire the Arab tribesmen, played a pivotal role in the revolt's early successes. The Arab revolt, though ultimately unsuccessful in achieving its goal of a unified Arab state, played a significant role in undermining Ottoman control of the region. The legacy of the revolt would be complex and contested, shaping the political landscape of the Middle East for decades to come.